Okay, today we're doing the cow eye dissection, and let's begin by looking at some of the external anatomy of the cow eye. We're going to start with the outermost structure right here, the most anterior structure, and this is the cornea. In an actual cow, this would be extremely clear like glass, but since this eye has been preserved, the preservative has denatured the proteins and caused it to turn cloudy. Around that, we see a lot of periorbital fat and connective tissue. And this connective tissue and fat plays an important role because this eye is located within an orbit, a bony orbit. And if you turn your head quick or you got a blow to the head and you didn't have this periorbital fat and you did not have all this strong connective tissue, then the delicate structures of the eye would easily be damaged. Let's look at the posterior surface of the eye, and we see this long tube-like structure coming out the back of the eye. That is the optic nerve, and that will go straight to the brain. Some of the other structures that I want you to see here is just some of this brown material here. See a little bit of brown material over here, and you can see pieces of it here where it's been cut, and also over here a little bit. Those are eye muscles. Those allow the eye to actually move up, to move down, to move left, to move right. Now let's go ahead and begin by removing some of this periorbital fat. So I'm just going to take the scissors and I'm going to attempt to cut some of this fat and material off, sort of clean up the eye a little bit so that we can see things a little bit better. It's starting to look a little bit better. And that looks good there. We'll move some of this material out of the way. And you can see the optic nerve much better now, coming out the back of the eye. We'll talk a little bit more about that in just a few minutes. We want to start the internal dissection by cutting the eye right just posterior to the cornea. Now under some of this connective tissue is going to be another layer called the sclera. And we'll see that a little bit more clearly after we cut into the eye. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a scalpel and I'm going to hold it a certain way because I don't want the scalpel to slip. And this sclera that I was talking about, this material, is very tough to cut through. So I'm going to take the scalpel and I'm going to hold it in the palm of my hand like this so that the handle cannot move backwards. And I'm going to put my hands around it, just like that. And I'm going to take the scalpel, be careful